My knife brethren, we're coming at you today with one that is a fixer upper. We have us a Schrade-Walden New York USA 147. She needs some help. So Sarah got 3 knives in an online auction. This is one of them. Also got a Western. We'll talk about that at a later time. It's kind of in a similar shape as this. And then she got a Mexican tourist knife. So what I'm going to do is now you guys know I used to clean up knives and axes and stuff like that, and I haven't done it in a while, but this thing needs some help, and it's a Schrade-Walden, it's a USA. All the meat is on the bone. This knife was just stored incorrectly. So what I want to do is I want to give it the love it deserves. I mean, we got some heavy rust. So I'm going to take it through a sandpaper progression and see where it gets me. Now, you guys, I'm not going to video the whole sanding thing. I may not video any of it because I know it's just boring as all get out. But I'm basically probably going to start at like a 120 and go to 600 and see how it gets me. And then maybe pick up from there. But guys, let's see if Big J still has it. Let's see if I haven't forgot what got me here in the first place. My very first video on YouTube was me fixing up a marbles that was really chipped up and dinged up and banged up, and I brought it completely back to life. So let's see what I can do for this one. Hold on to your britches. All right, guys, so I just started. I've put like 5 minutes into this. So this is just 120 grit paper, but we'll look at the difference in the sides already. This is where your tang stamp is at, and I'll continue to clean this up. It's Schrade-Walden, New York, USA 147. The important thing is before you try to move, it's just like sharpening. Before you try to move to a higher grit, make sure it's clean, because if not, you're just gonna rack your brain against the wall. So yeah, this is just the beginning, guys. It's only the beginning. All right, I'll bring you back. All right, guys. So we're here at the work pad. As you can see, I got the rust pretty much knocked off. You can see Schrade-Walden, New York, USA 147. You are going to see the sanding marks for now. I'm only on 220. That's what this is. Just real slow. I just don't like putting blades on belts or motorized equipment, especially if I don't know much about it. And I would say this probably has some age to it. I'm really not sure. We are a little bit of loosey-goosey, but we do have a pin tang here. So, I mean, it's not bad. You can just feel it ever so slightly. It's probably where these have shrank over time. So I'm hoping I can get some hydration back into these spacers. And I'll do that with, once I clean it, put some open-offs in there, and I'm hoping that'll expand back out and just give it that little bit that it needs. But we're coming along pretty good. We're coming along pretty good. We've made a lot of progress so far. I'll have to do something with the pommel, of course, but I don't want to mess up the wood, so I'll probably tape the wood up and then work on the pommel and the spacers. So right now we're just on the blade. We're going to get it to where we need it. So I'm just doing this. If you guys want to watch that, I could leave it on, but I don't think you want to watch that. So hang tight. All right, now that isn't a different handle. We just put some tape on it because we're getting to the point where I'm gonna probably sand really close to the wood, and we don't want to hit the wood. We don't want to sand any. The wood's in great shape. So, but once we get higher and higher, we'll get all these marks will come out. All these sanding marks will come out. Might have some down here, but I don't want to mess with that tang stamp. I mean, look at that tang, that deep, rich tang stamp right there. Schrade-Walden, New York, USA 147. So, again, we'll need to sand around our guard here. Just aluminum guard, and we'll sand and hydrate these spacers up a little bit and clean that pommel. Probably use, I probably want to just start with 600 grit on this pommel. I think that'll do the trick, not sure, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Alright guys, so we're on 600 now. We're going to work on getting these swirl marks out. I now have the handle taped because I'm going to lightly sand the spacers, and the pommel. But yeah, I want to get as much swirl marks as you can out. And I can go to wet sandpaper as well. And that'll make her like mirror image. So you guys can see those little bit of sanding spots in there. So, you know, that'll just slowly come out with more work and more work. And well, we've come quite a long ways, guys. My wife picked us up at an auction. She got this. A Western that I got to do the same thing to. You know, I might need I better go get my dang tetanus shot. So again, you guys can tell I'm doing the work. This is what I'm doing. This is, I just over and over. You know, I do more than that, but I mean, that's the pro. I started at, actually I started all the way at 80. Started all the way at 80, went to 120, 220. Wait, 80, 120, 220, and then I got to go to 6. I didn't have any 400. I wish I did, but I didn't. So this is what we got. All right, guys. Now another thing I do is once I get to such high grit on my sandpaper, this 600, I get it wet dry. I just put a little water on there too. That really helps. That'll really help bring some shine out. Really help get rid of your swirl marks. And you know, if you need more water, just get you a cup of water here by your. You know, you gotta drown it. Just put some water on your fingers and run your fingers across the blade, and you know, just work it like this. This is all by hand. I don't like to use any type of equipment unless if I'm gonna sharpen that maybe on the kin onion outside, I might use that. But this is kind of where we're at. I haven't got a chance to make it here yet, but it's coming. So hang tight. All right, so just another little progress report. We've hit it to 1,000 grit on the blade, and then just kind of work some 600 on these spacers and stuff. Then 600 on this pommel. Now what I'll do is I'm going to hit it with some probably some Mother's wheel polish and get her shined up. Like get this stuff. Try to get some hydration back into these spacers. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great knife. The reason she got these is because she wanted me to clean them up, and that way she could practice making fixed blade sheaths. So SD Leatherworks is going to be practicing making sheaths for this. I haven't looked to see how old this is yet, but I'd say she's got some age to her. So stay tuned. I'm going to take some polish to it and see what we can get out of this. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back. We've done quite a bit of cleaning on it. We got all the rust off. We do have some pitting and some discoloration down the metal, but I think for the most part it come out pretty good. I didn't want to go too high of a polish on this because she's going to be using this to work on making sheaths and stuff. So I think where we got it now, we're going to leave it here. We're going to put a nice coat of oil on it. We're going to oil these spacers, give them a chance to spread out. But if you look at the before picture, I'm going to put it up right now, so it'll be in the corner somewhere. So look at that picture as you're looking at this one. We'll try to put the picture down here somewhere. We'll look at it compared to how she looks now. I mean, look at the pommel. I even cleaned that up quite a bit. Sanded it with just 600 and hit it with some polish. I mean, it's still got some stuff deep down in there, but I mean, for the most part, this is now a good, usable knife. It does need a sheath, and she'll work on making that. SD Leatherworks, always putting in the work on the leather and whatnot. But yeah, this turned out pretty good for a couple hours worth of work. Definitely worth it. She paid $24, $25 for 3 knives, and this is just one of them. So I say now she's definitely worth that and then some. But this is a model 147 Schrade-Walden, and I did look at the year on this out of my book. Let me look to make sure I tell you the right thing. I want to say, let's see here. Sorry. 1946 through 1973. Schrade-Walden with that type of tang stamp. Schrade space, or Schrade-Walden, then New York. 1946 through 1973. So I don't know if that's right or not, but it's in a book that I have, the Goins Encyclopedia. So hey, now the next thing I gotta do is sharpen this. So I may do that in a different video because you guys just hate watching me sharpen. I can tell by the views. So. But yeah, that's all she wrote. Nice little video of me cleaning up this old knife and making her a good user again. Alright guys, hey, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this. I mean, is it worth the time and effort? You tell me.